What is Virat Kohli's role now? We saw that during the World Cup, he was happy to rotate the strike around. He wasn't the dominant, come look at me, Virat Kohli that we know. I wonder if that's something he sees his role. I'll come there in a moment because he said something along those lines before India left for this series. Let's listen.
The situation demands me to play a certain role so that other players around me can unleash their potential. I'll be more than happy to do that also. I think in international cricket you can't be one-dimensional. To play for a long period of time and to be successful and consistent for over 10-11 years, you have to be very flexible and have a lot of acceptance in terms of how the situation pans out and how you need to go about your business. So I think that's always been my mindset. If you're too rigid in your approach, then you won't be able to adjust. And my basic mindset always flows down from Test cricket to other formats, because in Test cricket you can't be rigid. You have to be flexible and accept situations and then mold your game accordingly. So I'm pretty happy to do whatever the team wants me to do, and I prepare accordingly.
Yeah, but he's the captain. He decides what the team wants to do. But there's two interesting things he said. He said, I'm happy to let others unleash their potential around me. And also, just as interesting, he said, my game flows down from Test cricket to other formats.
Exactly, it's Test cricket to other formats.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and what he's also said is that Test cricket is the most format in which you need the maximum flexibility. I think one of the things you're looking at is that maybe even Virat is looking back and saying that purple patch that he's had from 15 to say 18, 19 almost in terms of as a batsman in say ODI cricket or T20 cricket, the explosiveness that he's had. Probably he's saying it's time for me to play a more consolidating roles, for others to play around. The other thing is that this tournament is unique for me for a variety of reasons, and one of them is the fact that this is the first time in a long time, these two matches, where we are not looking forward to the World Cup or a World Cup.
Today, in a sense to the World T20, yes, but that's over a year away.
Yeah, correct. So we are playing to play, okay, what are we playing now? We want to win these matches. It's not that, okay, we are testing a combination with this. It's too early to really start testing in that sense. You're saying an era has ended. Maybe that's a World Cup. That's a full stop there. Now I'm starting off with a new thing. So it's interesting the way he's looking at it, and he's probably suggesting that his role there is an anchor in this new domain, post-World Cup domain. He's more an anchor than a dominator. It's interesting.
Do I like it that way? Do I like it that way?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. I want to ask you specifically that. Look at who follows Virat Kohli.
Correct.
Manish Pandey just coming back. Rishabh Pant distinctly work in progress in white ball cricket. Krunal Pandya's just about feeling his way around there. Jadeja has just come back. Washington Sundar's a kid. So
see, your explosive strength is still your top three, and you're hoping a lot from Pant. Let's be fair, and that's where you're. In fact, we've discussed this earlier as well, that we are not as explosive as some of the other countries when we talk about the batsman, balls per six, etc. Here is that number, 11 balls per six is Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer, 17 balls.
We're not playing.
And Rohit Sharma, who is our certified six hitter, takes 19 balls to hit a six. So, and Virat Kohli also is taking about 23 balls. It's not only just about taking 23 balls. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, they'll find boundaries. So let's not just sometimes six hitting is overrated. Even in a T20 game, if you are batting in the top three, you can have another game, another way of scoring runs. Virat Kohli scored 4 centuries in one IPL season without hitting so many sixes, and therefore 23 balls for sixes, etc. Whether it's IPL or in the international circuit, I personally feel that Virat Kohli has to be the dominator. If he starts playing a slightly different role, he will still be successful. We've seen quality players, great players in the past, molding their games accordingly as they grew older. Sometimes to suit their requirements and sometimes to suit the requirements of the team. I personally don't like it that way. I like Virat Kohli. I like Virat Kohli, the batsman, the aggressor.
Could not agree more, because assume you're the West Indies. Are you saying, right, these guys are going to bat around Virat Kohli? Or are you saying, what's Virat Kohli going to do to me? You're afraid of what Virat Kohli is going to do to you, and that is the impression I would like to see Virat Kohli taking out, unless he's not completely certain of who follows, and so he says, I must be batting all the way down.
That could be a reason. That could definitely be a reason, that because the 4, 5, 6s that he was used to for a large part of his international career are no longer there, and this is the new formations work in progress. But I completely agree with you. Is Chris Gayle going to turn around and say, let me be the anchor for the team? He's not. And Virat is just as destructive in this format as Chris Gayle. He doesn't do it in the same way as Chris Gayle, but he's just as destructive a player. 950 runs in an IPL tournament. He was ridiculously good in this format.
That's nonsense. How can you score 1,000 runs in an IPL?
Ridiculously good. So that's why I'm saying, this guy, for us to turn around and sort of leash him and say, no, you be normal, you become Joe Root, India's Joe Root. He's not India's Joe Root, he's India's Virat Kohli. Let's use him as a destroyer here.
Or bat at 4, if you're concerned. Let's be fair. Manish Pandey, the best that we have seen on Manish Pandey in the last 12 months is when he batted at 3.
Yeah.
At 5, he was dropped plenty of times. So you know that if you have Manish Pandey over a KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer, and if you want to play that role where a sheet ankle role where the entire team is going to revolve around you, then push yourself at 4, have Manish Pandey at 3, and then see how it actually pans out in the end. If you're batting at 3, just be the aggressor.